Okay, this is my video summary for the course on design patterns. So this video went did an overview. I don't know, I believe not all of the design patterns, but just most of them. Most of the really popular design patterns out there. It first went into like the history of design patterns, and that was really interesting to learn about. Um, some of the ones they talked about was fundamental patterns, which was like the basic pattern, creational patterns, which support object creation, structural, which were to help compose objects, behavioral patterns, which dealt with interactions of objects, and concurrency patterns. Two of the most important ones, or the ones that really went into, I think they're the most popular ones, are factoring method pattern and strategy pattern. So factoring method pattern allows for creating objects without specifying their class, and their goal is just to create class instance. It went over the applicability, the structure and participants of this pattern, as well as in strategy pattern. That one was for for switching between different algorithms to accomplish a task. It also went over structure and participant patterns with some demos that made it really clear how to use these patterns, design patterns. There was all the other patterns that it talked about. One was visitor pattern, which was a way of separating an algorithm from an object structure on which it operates. And there was a decorator, which is a wrapper that adds functionality to a class. At the very end of these um, videos, it talked about how you should choose a pattern, and there was a couple things that it said. First, you should understand what you're doing, understand what you want to do, and examine the patterns in the catalog that best fit your problem that you're trying to solve and what you want to do with your project. Um, Identifying a study related pattern and applying suitable patterns to your program. Again, thinking really a lot about what you're trying to accomplish. Um, it also talked about how it is really dangerous to overcomplicate things or choose too many patterns, um, which is, again, I think it iterated a lot. Just think about what you want to do before you do it so that later there is less mistakes and a more easy to understand and comprehensive application that you're trying to write. It's going to help to know what you want to do before you do it. And going and choosing the wrong design pattern can be very detrimental to your application, and then along the lines it could just uh, just cause more trouble. You might have to restart from scratch. So really pre-planning, which is kind of what we've learned throughout the entire class and why we're doing this semester, is just thinking about how it's going to look before we actually start to write code. Um, that's my review of the video. It was very interesting to learn about all these patterns. Yep, that's it.